Our mandate is to give energy access to unserved and underserved communities across the 6 geopolitical zones of Nigeria. This we do by collaborations and partnerships with different organizations.
The AMP is an energy access initiative implemented in the initial 21 African countries. The program is funded by the Global Environment Facility and supported by the United Nations Development Program. The Nigerian National Project was the first to commence implementation in September 2022. The objective is to implement innovative business models that couple agriculture value addition in rural communities with the electrification of rural communities, to test out various business models and ground truth the concepts in order to scale up investments. Behind me to the left is a community in the FCT called Damakusa in Kwali Area Council. To my right is a cluster of agro-processing facilities. And these two clusters, the community as well as the agro-processing ventures, are in proximity to one another. And the objective here at this site is to have a mini grid that serves the rural community as well as the agricultural facility, using business models that cross-subsidize the tariffs between what the agro-processing facilities pay with what the households pay. And in order to show that there will be increase in the financial viability of such projects, and ultimately an increase in incomes of farmers, increase in incomes of households, and overall improvement in their livelihoods.
Za mu zama ɗaya daga cikin garuruwa da za a iya kirga domin samun irin wannan alherin ba. Muna ganin da cewa ba karamin dama bane mana, wanda kuma mu duka gabaki daya matasa muna marabta wannan din, muna kuma murna sosai. Muna ma ganin kaman yayi mana nisa, da ma a ce gobe na wannan wuta zai riga da ya zo mana, da will be happy domin shine abin da muna ta kyautata zato da daidawa domin mu samu.
SCL is a fully indigenous company established since 2010 into greenhousing, open field farming, agroforestry, livestock. We have some cows, and into fishery. We are also in having some factories, soya meal factory and bio input factory. We have a factory that is stopped for over 3 years because we cannot longer be able to maintain it because of the cost of the energy. If a mini grid is connected to this farm, it changes totally everything that we are doing here. I can tell you, it will even give us to go at over 400% of what we are doing right now.
We're here in the Damakusa community, and more specifically in SCL farms, to just continue our site visits and to continue our research for viable communities and viable sites. You'll be wondering why agriculture and what's the combination with rural communities and agriculture, and that's a specific target for the REA. We've begun to see how this connection is yielding so many results. Communities need electricity, but there is a dimension of that economic value that the community needs to have. And wherever we go to, whichever community we go to, there's usually one form of agriculture or the other, and that's why the REA management, under the leadership of the current MD, decided to focus a program solely on agriculture. So to look at a community, to look at the agricultural activities in that community, and make sure that that electricity serves both the residential households and also the agricultural activities within that community. So it means capturing the households, knowing their energy demands, and also capturing all the equipment, all the farming activity, and factoring them out into this kind of audits that we're doing. And that brings me into why do we need data. We need data to design these mini grids to be optimal. We need data to make sure that these mini-grids are designed to carry the entire load of the community, the entire demand, but also prepare and look at projections where the community is being expanded. The equipments new equipments are being produced as well. So that's the essence of us coming into this community, counting all the households, looking at the population of the community, looking at the trades they undertake, looking at the equipment that they operate on a daily basis, look at the hours of operations, just to have like a really good design so that when we bring this mini-grid at the end of the day, we won't have problem of the community having to expand more than we have expected and so on.
Fortunately, I'm used to grants here. Before we used to grant free because diesel is lower price. But now that diesel is very expensive, so we can grant for them free. That's why we are collecting money too much for them. But this one that people say that you bring light for us, fortunately we'll be happy because even though people bring granting for us, we can feel even do something for them or do free for them.
As a young man, I want to be a doctor, of which if we should have light in our community, that also will motivate me in my career path, most especially to the youths that don't know the importance of education. The light will also improve the community status.
Na farko na godiya da zuwanku, na murnar kwarai har yau garin da man kusa ai ya samu sola za ka muna mun gode ma Allah.
500 million persons without energy isn't one we're proud of. By 2030, UNDP, other agencies and its partners aim to close the gap across the world. And that's why UNDP, with funding from GEF, will be cooperating 21 countries for the Africa Minigrids Project. The Nigerian component is the first among many. It intends to reach those in the last mile and to close the energy gap.